So what I'm going to do, so far I've just taken my pencil and I just kind of scribed a pencil line in a nice little waving pattern here. And I'm going to go to my bandsaw and I'm going to cut these out, and I'm going to just make a bunch of strips of these waving boards here. And then when I'm done, I'll try to attach them all together and see if we don't end up with a pretty neat, three-dimensional American flag. Okay, I have my, I finished my cuts. It wasn't too bad, it didn't take me too long. I'll lay a couple out and see what it's going to look like. What I plan on doing is representing all three colors of the flag with different variations of wood stain. I don't want to introduce any colors into it. The process I'm at now is actually drawing the stars on the flag. If you are looking at an image of an American flag, you'll see that the star section, there's a very unique pattern that they have in place for the location of the stars. So I'm going to be following that pattern, of course. I'm starting with a stencil. This is just under 1.5 inches, which I'm using 2x4. So just under 1.5 inches is going to be the perfect height for my stars. 2x4s are typically about 1.5 inches in thickness. So just under that is the perfect height. So every star is going to be referenced off the very first one you make to follow that pattern. So the easiest placement is the upper left corner. We'll place our first star. So I would put my stencil down, I would trace out the star, and then I would move over and down to the next row. And the pattern is actually, the next row would be, the height for the next row would be in line with the bottom point of the very first star I drew. And then the distance over would be in line with the furthest point to the right of the first star that I drew. So it would be in line height of this one with the bottom of this one, and then the right and left of these two would be in line. And then I would trace that star, and then I would come back up, and I would trace the next one using the same pattern. I'm going to be, the bottom of this star, the bottom point will be in line with the top point of this one, and the sides will be in line as well. So I would lay it down, trace that out. I've already done that. And so I'm going to give you, this is actually what it's going to look like. So as you can see, start in the upper right or upper left corner. These stars are in line here, and they're in line here. That's my location for this star. For the next one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come off this point. We're going to be in line here. We're going to be in line here again. And I'm just going to continue that pattern for 6 stars along the top row. So the top row is going to be a total of 6 stars. And then this one, obviously you can see it's 1 row or 1 star less. So it's only going to be 5. So it's going to go 6, 5, 6, 5, all the way down 7 rows for a total of 50 stars. Continue that pattern all the way through, you can't go wrong. And you're just kind of eyeballing them, they don't have to be perfect. You're going to come back through and paint this when we're done, so just get them close. I'm actually painting the stars. Remember, as I said earlier, I'm using wood stain to represent the colors rather than the actual traditional red, white, and blue. So I have kind of a medium stain here that I'm using, and I'm just, my pencil mark is still in place, so I'm painting right up to the edge of that pencil mark and then allowing the natural wood color of the star to represent the white, and then this medium dark is going to represent my blue. So I just continue that process for all the stars. Keep in mind that, your stencil, you're going to end up with some overlapping stars. So you can see here I have some stars on this one that are half a star here and the bottom of that one, but once they're all pushed together, they're going to look fine. So just remember that it's just not going to be, stars straight across. They're gonna kind of overlap on your boards a little bit, but it's okay. It adds a little bit to the character. So that's it. That's the process of the actual blue and the stars. And I'm going to get a little bit darker stain, and I'm just going to paint the stripes. Wasn't too bad. That was a little bit. I get there. Pulled some boards off of an old pallet, and I'm going to use these to frame it out. What I'm going to do is
attach the entire flag to a piece of quarter-inch plywood. I'm just going to glue it down, and I'm going to leave enough overhang on each side that I can frame it out and tack this pallet wood to the edge to give it a nice frame.
Okay, there's our finished product. All the slats have been glued to the quarter-inch plywood. I framed it out with that pallet wood. I did put a dark wax over the pallet wood just to give it a more rustic, appealing look. Kind of cleaned it up a little bit. I hope you like it. I'm sure there's a couple things I may have missed or left out. Just go ahead and ask the question in the comments section and hopefully I can help you out. Also, please like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing a whole bunch more fall products coming up here pretty soon. So keep your eye out for those videos. And thanks again.